Morning all. Wet weather's come in, so we're doing a bit of maintenance on the wild game harvesting vehicles. We're going to brace the roof up in this Hilux today, in Luke's Hilux. We've designed this part. We're going to stick Sikaflex on the inside of the roof. And we've got some bracing plates as well. Bit of waterproof seal. So we'll get in and pull the roof lining out and see how we go. So we got these custom made plates up to help brace the roof and make it more waterproof with this really good piece of rubber for a big seal. And this is the bracing plate we're designed. We're going to put on the inside of the roof. We're going to Sikaflex it in. The roof is very flimsy in this vehicle. Just give the roof a wobble, Luke, and we'll show people how flimsy it is. It's really, really bad. It moves over a large square area too, and it can sort of move in all different directions because there's no ribs in the roof. So Luke is we're going to pull the roof lining out and redo it and put this bracing plate in and see how we go. So Luke, he's got his new hat on. Yeah. He's just undoing the Deutsch plug and we got the roof lining out. And we'll go to work on her, see what we can do. We got the roof lining out. What year model's Hilux this, Luke? 2010 model Hilux. And we got the roof out. There is a brace in the roof, but it doesn't do anything. As you can see how flimsy the roof is. So we're going to try our custom brace and put it in and see how it goes. Rightio. Let's pull the handle out and put it all in and see what happens. Rightio, so we're just pulling the blazer remote handle out of the roof. And as we suspect, you can see, guys, that they are very hard to seal up. And once they start rusting, it just spreads like cancer. It's worth pulling it out of your vehicle, guys, and checking it after a year or so. And that's why we do those plates with those bigger seals. So that part goes on the inside, like so. And then we'll have to get up on the roof. And we'll have to free this part. It has some silicone on it. And I'll show you what goes wrong up on top. Video. Sorry? Yeah. Keep working around it, bud, in a few different spots. So you can see the damage, guys, and you don't know until you pull it off. So this is what when you deal with us, this is what you invest into. It's the experience and knowledge we got from using all this gear and repairing it and all that sort of jazz. You can see the rust really bad, and you'd never know. A big problem is too, guys, the water runs down the threads in the bolts. So you have all this sealed up. As you can see, the rubber seal's actually been working all right on this system. But what's been happening is, I reckon, is the water's been running down the threads and getting into it that way. And that's why we put cup head, dome head bolts on top of the thread so the water can't run down the thread. Give you a closer look at the plastic house, and you can see where the water's been getting in through running down the threads. Another thing too, guys, is it can make this buckle. See how it's got a bit of a whoop in it? And it hasn't on this one, but another thing that happens too is it does it to the silver plate that goes on the roof, and then it starts leaking. So that's where we like to use these square plates, because it just keeps everything, just braces everything up, and it can't buckle anymore. Quick look, guys, you can see the bolts where the water's been running down the bolts while they're all wet and dirty and rusty. See where it's been rusting out around the roof. And that's a silver plate. This one's straight, but they are bad for getting a whoopee in them. And then they don't keep the correct pressure onto the rubber seal. Can let water in from the side like that as well. Now we're going to give everything good clean up. Inspect this rubber boot, make sure it's still good. Put some silicone spray on it to keep it nice and soft. So it doesn't go brittle and perish. And do all this a clean up. We're going to put Vaseline in there, guys. Tell us what you think in the comments, guys. I found that Vaseline's the best. I've tried grease and I've tried some different type of thick oil and stuff, and I personally found that Vaseline was the best. If you got any good ideas, let us know in the comments. Okay, so we got the plate all cleaned up. We've got Sikaflex on it. Or we got it's not called Sikaflex this fella, it's 732 silicone, multi-purpose. Hangs on pretty hard, I've found from experience. And what we're going to do, guys, is we've got the plate on the roof for now. We're not going to put the handle in yet. We're just going to put the plate on here and bolt it in until the glue dries. As you can see, these plates aren't going to solve the problem in this case because the roof is flexing over a bigger area, which is why we're going to put that bracing plate on the inside. Rightio, so we've got the plate in here. Just going to gently sit it up here. Luke's going to pass me the washers and the bolts. And we've got a big problem here. What we'll do is just put one in first. So the holes have been drilled crooked in the roof of this vehicle. So the holes, if we match it up, this plate will be crooked. So we're going to get it straight. And I'm just going to take all them bolts out, Luke, them other ones. Take that fella out, bud. And then we'll re-drill the holes so that it matches up with this here fella. Rightio. Try that. Rightio, so we've got the plate, bracing plate in with the Sikaflex. We're going to leave it in overnight. So the name of the game is with this particular car is the roof doesn't actually push up, it only pushes down. So we're gluing this plate to the roof. So for it to push down, the two surfaces will have to move against one another and the glue will stop the movement. And we'll let it dry and we'll get it together and see what it does. Just got a couple of things putting a bit of pressure up. Hasn't affected the shape of the roof of the car, so he didn't want it to put a buckle or any rises in the roof. And we'll see how we go in the morning. So we got the brace in the roof, Sikaflex, let it dry overnight. And we've she's strong as an ox. Strengthen the whole roof of the vehicle up. Couldn't be happier with that. So now we're gonna put it all back together and show you a few little tricks we do along the way. Righto, so we got the handle in just to work out where we want to put everything. In this case, Luke wants to put a gland in through the roof to run the wires through instead of them running through the handle. So we're just going to get a bit of nail polish and put in around where the metal is exposed and bolt this fella in. And then we will wire it up and put the roof lining back in. And I'll show you a couple of tricks along the way. So we've got the brace in and we're really happy with that. sorted that problem out. Just got to get it wired up now. Rightio, let's get into it. As you can see, we've got our custom bracing plates on as well. The square plates with the rubber seal. I'm just going to put a bit of nail polish around here where the metal's exposed. And then a bit to help seal off this gland. You can hear my daughter's playing in the background. Just put him on so like so. You can get clear nail polish, works good too. Rightio. Righto, so we got the grommet in now and the wires in, and we done a water test. There's a lot of trouble when you get water coming in through your car. The water condensation, the water actually follows the wires down. So we've done a water test. And we got that right. Then on this particular case, Luke's got his switches on the dash here. One for the spotlight and one for the DC converter. And we put the relays in behind here. The reason why I put them in there instead of under the bonnet is because there's no contamination in the cab, so you don't get bad connections and then heat. And then just got a couple of inline fuses under the bonnet. Got a couple of inline fuses there for the spotlight and the DC converter. And now Luke is just rewiring his spotlight and his thermal camera bracket with a 4-pin Deutsch plug, and we're going to make up another adapter in the workshop in Griffith. So when you rotate the light, the wires aren't hinging in one spot, and that's when they break. So we just got to get the plug and the wires done right, and we'll have it all done and give you guys an option of how you can wire up your vehicle. So we got the heat gun, because it's wet weather here today, guys. We got the heat gun and got rid of all the moisture out of underneath the plate, so when we clamp it up, everything's nice and dry. Well, I got all the holes we drilled where it's chose bare metal. We sealed them all off just with a bit of nail polish. Clear nail polish is the go. Make sure this is waterproof. Now we just got the wiring done. We got the switches in. Can put the roof lining back in now. Got the brace in, and we should be right to go. We got the roof liner back in, guys. Very simple. Just clips in behind this rubber seal here. Just had to pull the front panel off on that side, front panel off on this side, front corner. And then we could leave those panels in on the passenger side. We just pulled these ones off in this driver's side corner. And then you can sort of pull this side down and then drag it towards me. And it pops out what holds it on the passenger side. Luke is just putting the interior light back in, and then the sun visors. The main things that sort of hold the roof in. There's not much to getting them out, really. So we just got the light, the handle back in the roof, and we're getting it all sealed off, and we're going to put this plate over here to finish it off, so it just gives it that nice finish look. And we couldn't get it to push up far enough the carpet. So what we did was there's a piece of foam that was stuck on the inside. We just pulled it out, and now the roof will push all the way up to the ceiling, so we can put this plate on and finish it off. Get him on there and see how we go. Rightio, so we've got the plate in now just to finish the job off. We cleaned the handling the sonic cleaner, and we put new Vaseline in there. And now we're going to got the plates on the top. The roof is very strong. We couldn't be happy with how the strength is in the roof. Spin's really free. So now we're just going to put these dome nuts over the top of this thread here, so the water can't run down through the thread into the cab. And we'll get a bit of clear nail polish and just put around the outside of the nuts and the washers. And we'll probably get an O-ring. We're going to put an O-ring over this here so water can't sit in below the boot. And we'll go from there. There we go. So now we're going to balance the system out because the roof's on an angle and it's not sitting square. It's a bit of a different balance point again, as there's a lot that goes into this, guys, and we specialise in working all this out. And then Luke's going to change the angle of his handle. Just hang on to it there, mate. So we're going to cock the handle up on an angle so it's more comfortable for him while he's operating it over long hours a period of time. And his arm, his elbow sits on the center console and your arm are there, so it's very comfortable, which is what we need. Alright, so Luke's modified the handle on the correct angle, so while he's operating on it, it's all natural. Living in the life of comfort now, mate.
That's it.
Just got to make up another plate on the roof here with a plug and stuff built into it. We'll show you. Just about done. Very good. So I'm just going to give you a quick idea on how to fit this setup. The best way to do it is to fit all your pieces on and then just hold it in place. Screw it down, hold your washer and your bolt in place, have it facing there, and get someone to put a spanner on the inside and do it up from the inside, so none of this moves on you. And then once you get that tight, the easiest way is get a rattle gun and rattle that bolt loose in there, and then put it straight, and then just do it up with a rattle gun. So there you have it, guys. That's that last plate we've designed. It's got a rigid douche plug in the back, and it's designed so that when you plug it in, the wires loop through these notches and go into the light. So when it rotates, the wires are not hinging in one spot and hinging on the end of the plug. And this is so that you never have any wire breakage, guys, and we've learnt this from years and years of doing it. So we hope this all helps you, guys. We can supply you with a kit, and you can simply watch this video to set your vehicle up. We've got lots of new stuff coming out, and everything we do, every component on all these setups is there for a reason, to give you the maximum reliability out of your system. As this is such high quality hunting gear you can purchase now for all this technology, we really feel that we've got a lot to bring to the table for you guys. So I hope this helps, guys. As you can see, with our quick release mount systems, you don't have to worry about your gear getting stolen anymore. You blow a globe, you can change it in the cab, and you can get your lights out of the weather and out of the sight from the police, all that sort of jazz. Too easy, guys. Thank you.